The Garnet Gold Show, no inside info, no contacts, no problem. I'm Ryan, that's Vince. Vince, how the hell are you, my friend? Another great night.
I'm doing great today, Ryan. Um, it's been a long week,
Yep.
but it's been a good week, and I can't really complain. So I shall not complain.
Yeah, it's another week. We will do another. We're going to do another one. So everyone, welcome. Welcome, welcome. This will be the stand-in show. Not only are we doing live on Thursday, but because the game's tomorrow and Friday, this will also act as our Garnet Gold pregame show. This is as close to a pregame as you can potentially get without doing one at 6 o'clock on a random Friday night.
That's right.
I want to thank Captain Black and the Captain Black Fishing Studios. Look at what he's done in the background behind Vince. Look at the beauty.
Captain John Black, friend, Chief's brother, Screech Squad brother, true Nole through and through, and also just one heck of a fishing captain, an offshore fisherman captain. So if you are looking for some offshore fishing, Panama City Beach, you got to go there. Look up my buddy Captain John Black. Tell him Garnet Gold sent you. I don't know that you're going to get any discounts,
Maybe.
but at least he'll know how you found out about him. So thank you for doing that. Some of you have already told me that you are going to do that. So I don't know if that's happened yet, but looking forward to hearing the stories about your times with our buddy Captain John Black.
I got to call out a member already. Kenny. My man Kenny.
He's
Are
here.
y'all scared of Virginia too, or are you finally ready to believe in this team? So Kenny.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
I know. I picked Florida State to beat Alabama straight up, and I picked literally 50-point blowouts in the last two games. So I'm not sure where this is coming from.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. We're going to get to all that. But before we get to all that, if you are watching on X, we always say this. We love it. We always have a lot of people watching on X. Take a moment to go over to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, hit the like button. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hit the like button. Grab that link and share it out in your social media right now. Because we're going to be talking about tonight the first time our team is going on the road and whether or not that may be a problem. But before we even get to that, Ryan, let's talk about what tomorrow is.
Tomorrow, not only is Florida State's game, but ironically, the same day that the game falls is yours truly's birthday. So I will be 38 years young tomorrow, the young part on the Garnet Gold show. And gonna have a good day with some family. I took the day off, and we're gonna hang out with some friends and family. It's gonna be a good day, and get to top the night off. I don't know a better way to top the night off with a Florida State victory. Spoilers, I'll get to my scores and predictions later, but it's going to be a Florida State victory. So, Kenny, no worries.
No worries, Kenny. In honor of Big Papa East's ironclad birthday extravaganza, our super goal tonight is $38. How do you get to the super goal? Well, use super chat. So if you're in YouTube and you want to make sure your comment gets read, absolutely, just go ahead and super chat us there. We're going to try to hit that goal for tonight. All that money goes to Ryan's birthday cake.
That's a substantial cake for one person.
It is.
I do want to point out that I think this one message kind of kicks us off perfectly on this show, which new to this, since finally the real season begins. And that's exactly how I'd like to kick off the show, Vince, is, theatrically the Alabama game was fun, right? But it really, in the conference play, it was like, it's fun to do the game. It's fun to have a home and away series and not a neutral and a neutral series. So I'm glad we didn't have to play them in Orlando and then next year having to play them in like a different other Alabama city or anything like that. But yes, that was window dressing. And then the next few games are, marketed down wins. And so this is really where the season begins. We have nothing but ACC games until Florida. So it's going to be exciting. And Vince, my overall just gut, like how I'm feeling on this Thursday night right before my birthday is abundantly confident not hedging my bets, not we'll see how it goes. They have to prove something. This will be the first real game that I get to go into of this season, post Alabama now, saying, no, I'm not worried at all. This should be fun.
It should be fun. And, it's one of those things where you had the Bama game. It's almost like all by itself. Like the Bama game was all by itself. Mm-hmm. And then you had these tune-up games. And the season's starting now. And now that I've seen what this team can do, they can obviously score a ton of points.
It's record-setting.
Their defense flies around. They hit people. They come with some chutzpah, right? And they gang tackle. They are everywhere, and they are confident, and they are together. Mm-hmm. Those things to me make me extremely confident about tomorrow. It would take some serious wheels to come off for this game to be in the balance late in the game.
Yeah, I don't even think we're ever going to be worried about the game at any point during the 60 minutes. I'm just being honest. I think the line is literally insane. Vince, pull up let's talk about the injuries real quick. This feeds into kind of the general feeling. So, a lot of we knew about most of the injuries. I think it's unfortunate that they put Ethan Pritchard on the out list because it's like my man's, right. I thought that didn't need to be on there, but that's my own take. I mean, it's like assumed, yes, he's out for this game. But it's a pretty small list, and everyone who we hoped would be potentially available is kind of available, and no worries on our side. But if you would, direct your attention to item B, which is count the number of OLs and cornerbacks and DBs out for Virginia.
Yeah. I am of the opinion that, and I'm not a gambler, Ryan. I know that you dabble a little bit. I don't necessarily do a lot of that, if any, but I just have a feeling that it's still taking time for the people that set these lines to catch up to what Florida State actually is this year. There's a lot of looking back on what we were last year, and I think there's a lot of, maybe they caught Bama early in the season, and these last two teams aren't great.
Vince, this is a new Alabama team. This is new Bama.
Oh, I know. I'm tired of hearing about it. But, I would imagine if you were a wagering kind of person, if you dabbled in the arts, that line for this game is very enticing. And then you couple that with the fact of what we have up on the screen here, which is a whole lot of linemen out for the game, or and the one guy that I think is probably their best lineman, the center, questionable day to day. He's coming off a calf injury or a lower leg thing. I'm not sure. So even if he is going to play, he's not 100%.
Florida State last year when we had 1 million players play that weren't 100% on the offensive line.
Yeah, so that doesn't bode well for them with the types of things that Tony White is going to throw, the types of variety, the types of packages that are in there, bringing people from all kind of places. It's going to be tricky. Let's just say that's an understatement. Tricky for that lineup there for them. Now, Brian, you didn't talk about stats. Virginia's put up some pretty significant stats as well.
Sure, they have, but again, a lot of these players, when they put up those stats, were playing, and a lot of those players are not playing. And at the most pivotal position, Vincent, if we flip-flop this injury card, and we saw on our offensive line 3 players completely out and 1 questionable, and then 3 or 4 corners out, we would be like, oh no. Yeah. If we were playing anyone who had a pulse at all. Yeah. And so To me, the line is crazy. I think it was a 6.5. Take the over. Take the over.
Yeah,
it's
that
wild.
Is a gimme. That's a gimme. You got to do it. If you're a better, just do it. Bet your mortgage.
You have to assume.
This is not financial advice.
You have to assume that Vegas says, okay, throughout the first game of the year, things can happen. They've played nobody now, the second and third game, and it's a weird game, and Miami's next week. Those are the factors. But even with those factors, even if I took off my Florida State blinders, I'd probably at least have them over a touchdown.
Yeah.
9.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. Like, I was like, man, this is interesting for sure.
Have you watched any of them? Any of their games?
Yeah, for sure. Any game that when it's been Saturday, if something I have it on. It's more in the background fodder. It's not.
Yeah.
It's on the multi-screen, right? It's on the four squares.
They don't elicit a lot of confidence when it comes to tackling
or speed on defense.
So that is a recipe for disaster for them. All things being equal, Florida State goes up there. Let's say Florida State goes up there and plays a B- game.
You still win by 10 points.
You still win by a touchdown, in my opinion. When you start getting down into the C game, where you start having more, turnovers, maybe, then it might get a little dicey. Oh, first super chat of the night going toward Big Papa East's birthday cake.
Tommy, the truth, Castellanos 4517. Thank you, John Black of Captain Black Fishing Studios, my man. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
appreciate you sponsoring the show.
Are you? I know we're going to give our predictions down here toward the end of the show. Anybody that's in the chat, throw yours in, and we'll throw it up on the screen so people can see how confident you are about this game. Ryan and I will do our predictions toward the end of the show.
Yeah, I think, Vince, the overarching feeling is what you said, is that in none of their games that I have seen them play, has the defense that they play been the reason why I would even give it a second glance. Their offense, I think, is good, but
sure.
Let's see what any good offense looks like when they're missing their whole offensive line. Right now, if you took our current team that's setting records and you told me we had 4 starters out in the offensive line, we wouldn't be setting records. That's just how football works.
And that is the majority of teams in this college football world. You don't have that kind of depth.
Yeah.
So that is a problem for sure. Kenny Trill agrees with Captain John Black, by the way. Kenny Trill, all about the 45-17 action. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah, I think you pair my eyes tell me is a pretty average, mediocre defense against our speed on offense, where there's at every level. Think of Lucas and Danzy and Deuce Robinson and Squirrel White, just those players. There's no way that with Virginia's defense that they're going to keep all those guys in check. The only thing, and I'm going to have a keen eye early on in the game, how maneuverable, I know he says he's 100%, but how maneuverable when, hey, I got to pick up a first down, that quick twitch? Because do I think when Thomas Castellanos will walk out there with no limp? Yes. Do I think in warm-ups he looks all good? Yes. Do I think he could scamper, from left to right and get a first down? Yeah. But where you see the strain, if there is any problems on that ankle, is that quick twitch, take off and run up the middle and do cutting in the lane kind of thing. Now my guess is they're going to hope that they don't have to do that a lot. But if I'm Virginia and I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm going to say, let's see how healthy he really is. That's what I'm going to say. Now, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I say I want to protect my quarterback because we have a huge game next week at Miami, and I don't want him going out. So we're not going to call a whole lot of QB keeps on this one. Let's let our other playmakers be playmakers, and let's just play good football around them. And that's what I think we'll do.
Yeah, but you know what, Tommy? They may say to Tommy, "Hey, avoid running," but he's not going to listen. He is built for the offense that this team runs, and he is well equipped to know when to pull it and go. The hope is that we set the tone early and we get to a comfortable lead, and then he doesn't have to be even in the game, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's a lot to ask, and you're like, well, this is not Kent State, and this is not whatever. Well, I'm not saying he'll be pulled in the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is midway through the third quarter, late in the third quarter, we have a comfortable lead. The defense is pretty much shutting them down.
You're in clock run mode with Malzahn's offense.
Exactly, and we're able to run the ball. You're able to drain the clock. That there's no need to keep him in the game. That's the hope, because he may have a little twinge in the ankle or whatever. He may, because we're in the fourth game of the season, so you are going to have little things, right?
Yep.
As a player, you are going to have that. So, by the way, K-Dog 350, who is a member of Garnet Gold, wanted to wish you a happy birthday, Ryan.
Thank you, K-Dog. Very kind. I think that this game will be about running backs. I don't think any team on our schedule, as I look at it right now, aside from Miami, has a chance to stop our running game.
Right.
Just from the football I've watched, Florida's definitely not what we thought. Their defense is good, but who knows how invested they'll be. Good. Who knows how invested that will be by the end of the year. But in the ACC, there's a whole lot of, is Clemson even scaring you, really, on defense right now? Nah. No.
Not at all.
No.
And, I back to Tommy real quick. He's gonna do what he has to do to win the games. But I have to tell you also, I grow more and more confident with Sperry every week.
Yeah, we both said that last game.
So even if something were to happen, not necessarily in this game, but at any point during the season, that kid is just racking up snaps, and he looks confident. And I get that he hasn't seen a lot yet, but man, you start to build that up and you start to get these snaps under your belt, and with the running game that we have, I wouldn't that wouldn't bother me either. Suzanne
I think going
Bajor, 42-21 from Suzanne Bajor.
To your point, Vince, about Sperry. Plenty of freshmen come into games in mop-up duty. Very talented freshmen who are highly regarded. But we all have seen the ones that it's like, yeah, they did fine and good backup performance, but their body language on a couple plays will feel like not quite up to speed on reacting quick enough or hesitation. Mm-hmm. I've never seen since Jameis, a quarterback on Florida State's roster who was not a transfer quarterback come onto the field, and you would have no idea if you had blinders on, and you just kind of someone told you what was happening on the field. I see zero difference in the vibe on the offense, the flow of the offense with Sperry in. I do feel a difference with Brock. Not that Brock did a terrible job. I'm not saying that. I think he did fine. But the personality, the not a swagger necessarily, but a confidence. Mm-hmm. When Sperry walks on the field, I just feel like everyone's like, we're no worries, like we're good. And I didn't feel that at all ever in any game with Brock.
Yeah, but you kind of balance that against the fact that when we've seen Sperry, it's been 45-0, right? So there's not a lot of pressure there. There's not a lot of game pressure. So that's a piece that we don't know about him. And actually, we don't know that about the team in general. Like they haven't faced real game pressure yet. There was a little bit of time in the Bama game where it was a little bit, but they
very few.
You know, but they passed that with flying colors.
Yeah. That was the
Mike
old Bama
Bartz-
team, though. That was before
the
they
old
were
Bama.
new.
Yeah. This is the new and improved Bama. Mike Bart's doing the dirty work here. Smash that like and subscribe if you all haven't, Nole fam. We would appreciate that. Thank you, Mike, for being our production, being part of the production here. I love it.
No, and I really want to see more Chroma. I actually was surprised how few carries he got last game. Now, I think that's mostly because the room is loaded, and there's a lot of good players. And just as an example, not only do you have, I think 2 or 3 good running backs, but then Singleton shows some really good runs in that last game, even during. I understand who the opponent is and the situation of the game, but a read in the middle of running the ball, a read and making a proper cut doesn't change based on opponent. Seeing the angles when you don't rush your run. Hey, you don't always have to go 1,000 miles an hour. He has some of that like hold, and then left foot, like left stick. And I like to see it. Now, Cromon did have that beautiful touchdown catch. And so this team, Vince, I have no doubts that this whole season is going to be not one player has a massive stat line by themselves every game. It's going to be a different person the whole season.
That's what we've seen already, right?
Yeah.
It was Deuce, then it was Mackay, right? And then it's, Roydell in the first game, right?
Yeah.
And then it was
Sawchuk.
A little bit of Chroma, Sawchuk. I mean, what an embarrassment of riches that Malzahn has to play with, has
Lucas.
to utilize. It's been a different person like all the time. With Chroma, he banged up? I don't know if he was a little hurt. It doesn't matter. They have such talent in that room that they can legitimately load manage that entire room.
Yeah, and the way that we've played so far, in which it's a different player every week, makes it really tough to game plan against us. Like, really tough. Cody Johnson, thanks for the $5. We'll get to your comment just here in a second. But it makes it really hard as if I'm trying to plan against to play Florida State. If on offense, okay, we lock down, I'm going to say Keon Coleman, lock down Deuce, Squirrel's open, and Squirrel's back this week. Mm-hmm. You lock down Squirrel, and then, hey, underneath, we got a little Mackay Danzy streaking across the field. So I would be nervous as hell as a defense coordinator. I would hate playing this team because it just seems like, first of all, the offense system is annoying to play against. I hated, even though we won the national championship, I hate, Vince, was it not the most annoying game you've ever seen, like, on defense playing against Gus Malzahn?
Well, I mean, I can imagine, yes. The answer is yes.
It's just one of those offenses you play and you're like, son of a bitch.
And had Gus been the offensive coordinator of that team rather than the coach, maybe that game would have been closer. And you say, well, it was close. It shouldn't have been close.
But you watch Gus' offense at any moment, and it's always been one of those offenses where before he was on our team, you would watch and be like, oh, that was fun. Like whatever he just did there with that play call, and we had 4 different players moving around, all swinging around different sides of the field. They checked it down here, and then he ends up throwing it, and you're like, okay, that was fun. The only thing that you have to have in a Gus Malzahn offense that he hasn't always had is the quarterback to run the system. He has had guys that are fine. Like, yeah, not a Lamar Jackson, right? But someone who's like a solid B player. And his offenses are then capped based on that quarterback in that system at a B level, in my opinion. But if you have a running quarterback at the level of a Castellanos, which is probably top 3 most dynamic quarterbacks as far as on the ground in college football, there's no way as a defense that you can lock in on the running back because Castellanos will absolutely smoke you. And then that opens up all the wide receivers. So as long as Gus is here, we'll see how long he's here, but I think he's here I don't think he wants to be a head coach again, so I'm not too as worried as everyone else is.
He may be having too much fun, Ryan.
If you're Gus Malzahn, and as long as he's here, we should be confident that the offense will at least be really good if we have a guy that can move on the ground. And that's why, Vince, you're so excited about Sperry. Because Sperry has better arm talent than Castellanos. We saw it last week, by the way. When he threw the ball, it's honestly one of the most pure throwing motions.
He looks good.
But he's probably not as top speed as Castellanos, but the twitch is there.
Yeah. That's the key to Gus. You change the numbers when you have a quarterback that can do what Tommy can do. Coming into the season, all of the talk was about his arm. Like he can't, not that he can't throw, but what is he going to be able to do? Can he push the ball downfield? His accuracy on downfield throws was not great. You know what I mean? And so it was always about the arm. Well, lo and behold, you get some good coaching around him. You get some better players around him. And you get some other, not just better players in terms of like the line play, which is important for sure, but some more weapons, right? And then, he's not doing what he had to do when he was at Boston College.
Also, listen to any post-conference press.
Run for your life and hope someone has gotten some kind of separation.
And then deal with Bill O'Brien after that, because watching any of his post games this year, and it's like, oh my God, I would hate to play for that guy. I do want to shout out Cody Johnson because he gave us the $5. Always the highlight of the week when you guys go live. Thank you, Cody. I really appreciate that. I do want to put this back up on the screen for you, Vince, because I want your comment on this, because I agree. New to this says, I don't think Gus has even gone very deep in his bag of tricks yet, basically. I agree. We didn't have to against Kent State. What's funny enough, I agree about the Gus point, but I think more so in the last 2 weeks, I don't think Tony White has had to go deep in his bag of what he's showing on tape. Because if you paid attention to the line play the last 2 weeks, there wasn't a ton of guys coming from all over the field. It was kind of just like, hey, the most you saw was everyone on the line and then some people back up. But there was no exotic blitz packages because you don't have to. With an offensive line dinged up, as Virginia is, look for Tony White to have fun in this game, in my opinion. I think he's going to take advantage of the fresh faces on the field, because the last thing you want when you have a offensive line that's not used to playing together is exotic and weird blitz packages, and that's what Tony White allows up every time.
Can you imagine being the opposing team and having to scheme for Gus Malzahn and Tony White?
It's a nightmare.
Come on, man. Noah Lanus says that reverse is a setup for a bigger play, I'm guessing.
My guess, by the way, on that is, they bring Danzy on the, he starts running behind the quarterback, and up until now it's been, tossing it back to him. I actually think it'll be one of those where it's the fake toss, the pump, right? The pump toss to him, and then, or you end up throwing it to him behind the backwards pass as if he was lateral, and then him throwing the ball or something like that.
Who knows? I don't necessarily. I hope we don't have to see it this week, because that is
Johnson again, man.
A full-on hold it for Miami if we can. Whose career are you more excited to see play out, Danzy or the Desir twins? Oh my gosh!
I would say Desir twins, because I feel like we have so many weapons on offense, But on the defense, it's a lot of on the line and the surrounding characters. There's a lot of senior, like upperclassmen, and so having not just one, but we got two. It's like a BOGO.
It's a BOGO Desir.
Yeah, it's a BOGO Desir, and knowing that they're here for a long time and they're already this productive means that now when you get that freshman class in, those guys are going to be the ones teaching those guys, the young guys, how to play the right way. And that's what we've been missing the last couple of years. We've been doing all the transfer portal stuff, and guys either come in motivated or they've come in like last year, not so much. But we really haven't had, since Jordan Travis, a guy who has been here from the beginning and kind of has shown the other guys coming up, hey, this is how we're doing things. And all you need is a handful of guys on both sides of the ball. You don't need 12 people on both sides. You need 2 people on each side of the ball that's in key positions to say, hey, guys, no, you're not loafing around or you're not going to play. Like, you have to play to this level. We're going to show you how.
As far as Mackay is concerned, I'll take the other side of that. Mackay, up until recently, has been... that dude is fast. That's all we would say about it, is that dude is fast. And he could be a weapon if he could figure out, a lot of the football part of it. He's a football player too, I get it, but seeing what he did in that last game,
double coverage
and
catch,
grabbing that throw, I'm excited to see what the ceiling is for him as far as being a wide receiver, because that was an unknown. Like, is that ever going to happen? Man, it happened in a big way during the last game. So I'll take the Mackay side of that. But either way, we're good. Could FSU be a matchup of 2 top 5 schools?
It will be. First of all, even if you were not a fan of Florida State or Miami, and you were like overrated, ESPN will cede to the fact that if both teams are undefeated, Florida State could be number 12 right now and beat Virginia on the road, and all of a sudden they beat 5 next week. Yeah, we see it every year with other teams. They love to advertise a good. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, the registrations for College Game Day have already gone out. Yeah, College Game Day is going to be in Tallahassee for the Miami game. So that's already locked in. Yes, it's going to be top 5 because ESPN wants to put on the commercial that says 2 top 5 teams face off, prime time, ESPN. That's what they want to see. So yes, 1,000%. Now, I think, Vince, because there's some other sneaky good games. Like let's say Washington beats Ohio State this weekend. There is not a 0% chance that Miami could be number 1 or 2 when we play them, and then us be 5.
Yep.
And it has been more than 2 decades since that's happened, where Florida State and Miami are having that kind of game in Doak Campbell. And by the way, Vince, a cold front is on its way, coming through on October the 3rd, Vince. And
that's
the day of the Miami game.
Storm?
Yes, it's going to push the storm out, the hurricane, potential hurricane. But on the day of the game, the current forecast is high of 84, low 59.
We're so excited about 84. That is really sad.
No, but you think high. So by the time kickoff, 7:30, it's 79 degrees, and there's a cool breeze. Yeah. There's a breeze pushing in because it's going to be 59 that night. So the football wins. I think that'll be the football wins game officially.
Hey, friends, call me Sean. We put your comment up there, but I want to say thank you for being just a diehard viewer, watcher of this show. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say that. We got a lot of them, too.
We do. We are lucky on this channel to even be where we're at currently. It doesn't go unnoticed. One thing I laughed at is every time we play Virginia, people have like the nightmares of 95, right? That's PTSD. Now, I was a little too young I was 8 years old, so I've seen the
That game on the
footage.
TV.
I've seen the footage. I've seen the replays, but it doesn't hit the same because I wasn't living it. So for me, in no way am I at all ever have PTSD with Virginia. I see Virginia as the kid that's like, throwing the dirt as you trounce over him. Like that's all I ever see of him. But you, Vince, take us back to 1995. Where was Vince Ciccarelli on that fateful night when we threw 70 passes or something?
Yeah, Vince Ciccarelli was in Inglewood, Florida, doing my original career as a band director. It was my first school, and I was watching that game on a TV in my apartment. And I remember it happening, and I remember throwing something against the wall, and I remember cussing the referees. And back then, we complain about the replays now.
Yeah, there was.
But back then, it was not even close to what it is now. So. I will go to my grave saying work done, got in, but there would have been no way to overturn that call. Right?
Yeah, there was the following play is under further review. If that happened today, you would have had 7 different angles to 100%. But that's the thing, when you watch the footage today, whether you're one that thinks he didn't, there's like 2 angles of the shot.
Yeah.
Right now, we have in 4K.
Team, that Virginia team was decent. They were
loaded, yeah. The players that went to the NFL. But I always think it's funny, Vince, like you look at you try to watch some old games, sometimes we're on a replay, and you're like, how did we even know what anything was a first down? It was just, a streak, especially like the 80s color streaks were my favorite. Like,
yeah.
But now,
this is Kenny Trill. He wasn't even born yet.
The fact, Vince, that we still have a trouble seeing like if something's good, touchdown or anything, and we're in 4K is humorous to me. Even more so humorous is the fact that we don't have sensors in the ball that if they cross the plane, that if we cross a plane, that there's no NFC chip that can detect when the ball crosses the. Like it seems odd that we don't have that, and people, man. I'm gonna shout out 2 people right now because we're rolling in today.
Yeah, we are.
Do you think Kirk will have a private security team? I guess his dog won't be there either. Now, here's what's funny, Mike. We all give Kirk a lot of crap since the snub. I've tried this year. I've tried this year to kind of like, okay, it's been 2 years. It's time to move on. After 2-10, it was just like beat out of me. So there's no more of this like. There's no headspace for me for it. So I will say the first endearing moment I've had of Kirk Herbstreit post the snub was actually this past week when he posted that clip of him game planning on the airplane with his dog across from him, and looking at like game planning. And he's like, "What do you think we do here on this game day?" The dog, I'm sorry, is a soft spot for me because I love dogs.
He got you.
He got me with the dog.
He got you with the dog. He won't get me with the dog. And here's the thing about Kirk. I think he's good at what he does. That doesn't change. That didn't change for me. I think he's good at what he does. The fact that he's a shill, and the fact that he doesn't own up to the fact that the things that he says and said affect other people. Him not realizing that and not owning up to that, and not realizing that that's a real thing, is disingenuous. And for me, that for me will never go away. I will never have that. I will never lose that icky feeling about him. I just
believe it or not.
Dog or not, you could have 15 dogs. You could have a whole litter of dogs.
Even though he clearly doesn't like calling our games, or it seems sometimes, I actually love Chris Fowler calling on a call in a game. Like, there's certain voices when they are calling games, especially if it's not a Florida State game, right? And you can appreciate, like when Jim Nantz is calling anything, you're like, seems like I just want to butter myself up with this Jim Nantz voice all over myself.
Right.
But Chris Fowler, because sometimes Kirk Herbstreit can be an ass even on the broadcast. But Fowler tends to like bring him back in, like try to set him up for good things, and Kirk Herbstreit just will like go off on something random.
Yeah.
But I still like Fowler. Friends call me Sean. Another $5. You guys make it worth it. Hats off. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Jeffrey Hill. Jeffrey Hill with
this.
I'm 52 today. It's my birthday. Nice little gift tomorrow. Have friends over. Man, see, we're not so different, you and I.
See, this is not just Big Papa East Day. This is also Jeffrey Hill Day. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, Jeffrey. And I know, Ryan, you're doing a shindig tomorrow to watch the game with your family.
Yeah, my family.
Your family. So that'll be fun. I'm going over to a neighbor's house who is a Nole. We've got some Noles that live a few doors down. We're going over there to watch the game. We're going to have cheesesteak sliders.
Yeah.
I got the word what the food's going to be. I'm pretty excited about that.
You know what I like, Vince, is some people are like, oh, man, stupid Friday game. I would love it if Florida State played every Friday night. You know why? Because it allows me to focus solely on our game. There's no other games going on. And then Saturday allows me to watch all the other college football unencumbered by stress from our game. So right. I quite like how this is setting up. I quite like the fact that I'll be able to watch the game, go to bed, and then wake up and have a whole slate of games. And there's some good ones without me having to worry at all about how Florida State's going to do today. So I quite like the Friday night game. FSU MCAT again.
Okay, you took it over.
What? Go ahead.
Perk stank feet. I just got an Amber Alert. Many
Is that the
others may
name?
have gotten that as well. No, I don't know.
I thought he was. I thought you were just naming the Amber Alert, and he gave us a super chat with the name.
No. Kirk Herbstreit. I got you. Perk stank feet. I'm with
Amber
you.
Alert for Perk stink feet.
I was wondering what we were doing there.
By the way, we should have.
Definitely knows. Kirk definitely knows. He just doesn't want to admit it.
We should have all known that College Game Day was coming because, well, not only does it make sense just looking at the situation of college football right now, it's that we knew that Corso is going to be honored at the game.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, of course. Like, you think Kirk Herbstreit's going to let Lee Corso go to a major college football game at 7:30 at night and be like, nah, you know what? You got it, Lee. No, he's not going to do that. He'll probably be out there with him with Ben and everything. Or, you know, it's not Ben anymore. Is it? Is it a different dog?
No,
I don't know.
I think Ben passed away.
Doug?
It's a dog,
I think it's Doug or something. But yeah, we should have known it was happening. Now, here's an interesting question, Vince. Clearly, if we were fast forward week 0, no one's played yet. Florida State Miami would have not been the game that they were thinking that they were going to have. They're thinking they're going to go see Arch Manning, you know, or they're going to go. You know what they're going to go? Brian Kelly versus Brian Kelly's playing Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. There's Ohio State and Washington. Florida State Miami, I promise you, is not what they were thinking what would happen in this game. Clemson was supposed to be good. Florida State was supposed to have lost to Alabama. But you know what? As long as we take care of business tomorrow, and apparently even if we don't, we got it. We got game day. And what I like about it is even if we crap the bed tomorrow and lost that game by some miracle, you can then go and pitch hey, players, you know what? Let's go beat Miami, and no one will talk about this game again. So
that's right.
There's some pros for both.
I will, little peek behind the curtain here. I was indifferent whether game day was going to come or not. I have not really paid attention to game day for a couple years now. So it didn't matter to me. The reason why I am happy they're coming is because that's more people watching the game. And that means more money for the Noles. So, you know, the more viewership, the better. So in that aspect, thank you to everybody that's going to be tuning into that game. And don't forget, if you are going to watch the game, watch it on a couple different devices.
And as
really bump the numbers up.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's his name? oh man, why do I keep want to say Keon Coleman? Deuce Robinson, as Deuce Robinson would say, this is championship game number 4. What I love, Vince, on that, watching the Eyes Up, which came out today.
Yeah, yesterday it came out.
So many of these players, not from Mike Norvell, not from the coaches, but them walking around talking to each other. Hey, man, play this play. This is just this game. Next game up. We're not going to lose focus. The whole idea of, you know what? Every game's our championship game. We're not playing any differently, whether it's Kent State or Alabama or Miami. This game is the most important game right now. Some teams, the coaches have to just repeat that, and it's like, it's coach speak, right? Exactly. No pun intended. But the players are probably, honestly, a lot of them in the back of their head are rolling their eyes like, okay, yeah, we're going to go kill this team. But this team, I truly believe that the leadership on this team is saying, no, this is for real. I believe it's the trend that we've seen early in this year, and it's happened in every game so far, of get up quick and let's call this a day. I think that's going to be a common trend this year. I think it's going to continue in this game. I think it will not be shocking, Vince, if it's the end of the first quarter and we're up 14-0, the end of the second quarter, we're up 31-3 or 7. That's not going to shock me at all. I think that's likely in this game.
So there's a little bit of a perfect storm brewing here. And you've got last year, which was a complete unmitigated disaster. Then you had a refocus from the coach. New coaching staff comes in. Our coach, unlike the coach in Gainesville, realizes that it doesn't matter whether he calls the plays or not. What matters is the team wins.
Yep.
That's what matters. And then they go out and they're looking for guys that love to play football. Like they eat it, they sleep, they breathe it. They love playing football, and they're together. So you've got this hangover from the last year. Then you bring in all these guys that is their main focus. I think you're seeing this thing like snowball.
Yep.
And this is our 4th championship game is tomorrow night. If they have that mentality, and boy, it sure looks like they do.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to continue going very, very well.
And I need to remind the people of something. This comes from deep in the heart of Ryan. Because I'm glad I thought about this a decade ago. In 2013, when we were watching that team, halfway through the season, 3/4 of the way through the season, all the way up until the title game, I told Kristen, having just, we just lived through the lost decade, mm-hmm. I said, I am not going to look at next week's game or the next week's game. I am going to fully, each and every one of these moments in which we come off this field and we blew someone the hell out again, I'm going to appreciate right now
every second,
because even teams that were good, 14, we were talented. 15, talented. 16, talented. I mean, like, it's not like we're terrible. We had Dalvin Cook and Derwin James and players for days. Even, Vince, even 2023. None of those teams, Vince, none of them, had the attitude of, we are coming out and we're going to lay the wood immediately. We're not letting up. Relentless, motor the whole time. We're not even kind of letting up on you. Even teams that were undefeated regular season, 2014. The reason why people don't look that fondly upon that team is because you're like, man, you guys could have been exactly what 2013 was. You could have. If you really... Yeah. But every team is so different. And this is not coach speak. Every coach, when they say this, is absolutely true. Every season is unique. Every roster is its own living, breathing creature. And so having guys, I'm 38 tomorrow. Vince, I don't exactly know.
I'm a real man.
I don't know exactly how old you are, but
79.
We've both been watching football and Florida State football more specifically, a long time. I can count on one hand the amount of teams we've had where the attitude and the personality of the team was like this.
Oh yeah,
team's personality. Rare. There's been more talented teams.
Sure.
But it is very oddly rare, and it's even more rare, and it feels more rare coming off a 2-10 last year. Yes, but it's crazy rare that you have a team like this. And you recognize it immediately because we've seen it on other teams randomly throughout the years, other rosters. Like, when you watched Joe Burrow in the LSU offense, you were like, good Lord, like, you would say to yourself, like, these poor teams that they're playing against. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Has LSU, no matter how much success they've had before and after that, have you really seen a team like that from LSU? That attitude?
No, it doesn't. It's not a. This is what you're saying, is that when these kind of things come around, when the football gods gift you with something like this, it's our job as fans to just soak it up. Does that mean that this team is going to win every game? No, it doesn't mean that. But I can tell you one thing: it's not going to be for like trouble in the locker room or someone not putting forth the effort or loafing or something like that.
Promissory notes.
Yeah, it's not going to be for anything like that. We've got a super chat here from Jeffrey Hill we need to make sure we get to. I'll pull it up right now. We beat Miami. What percentage we have going undefeated? Even if we lose in the first round, this to make the playoffs has to be one of the biggest turnarounds after last year.
Yeah,
I mean,
it already is right now, in my opinion.
Listen, Florida State is the poster child right now for what college football has become, right? Yeah. You go from the absolute pinnacle, snub included, right? The snub not included, to the doldrums. And now look what happens the very next season. If you have a staff, if you have a coach and a program that's willing to do what's necessary to turn the ship around, and Mike Norvell had the stones to do that.
Yeah, right? And so, again, just to reiterate, and you said it perfectly, Vince, don't think about Miami next week yet. I know it's tempting. That game would be awesome. 2 undefeated, top 5. We're answering questions about it. How about go enjoy us laying the wood against Virginia? And that whole night and the next day on Sunday, on Saturday now, wake up and think about, man, that was great. We beat the hell out of Virginia. Watch the replay. Watch the highlights. Watch the interviews. Then, come Sunday or Monday, now lock in. Time to watch Miami because now I'm excited about this game. But I caught myself, Vince, before 2013, multiple years, where it's like, okay, you're on a winning 4 in a row. We won 4 in a row. I'm already looking at 3 games from now because, fast forward to that game.
Yeah.
I'm not fast forwarding anymore. No.
I don't do that anymore. The football season is so fleeting in general that, I love the build-up each week to each game. I love the build-up to it. And if it's an away game, it's like, okay.
It's like a good book.
It's like, okay, I don't have to travel back to Tally, right? So I've got some extra time to do some other stuff, but then I know what I'm going to be doing Friday night. I don't really look ahead like that. And I know it's not about like the fact like, oh, we can't look past Virginia. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Like, I could look past them if I wanted to. I just don't want to. I want to enjoy the week that's in front of me. And, looking at the Eyes Up thing, the episode that took over, or these productions that took over for The Climb, right? How well done was that, Ryan? Just to give you, like, the build-up. Like,
by the way, camera upgrades everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, it's just so well done. And it's if you have not watched it yet and you're thinking it's like The Climb, it is, but it's so much longer.
Yeah.
And it's so much more involved. It's just really, really well done. Florida State media, the media program, those people are doing just excellent work.
Yeah. And the reason why, when we won the national championship last time in 2013, why at midnight, when I raised my hands to the ceiling, I had literal tears coming out of my eyes, is because just as much as I had been in the moment on all the other games that season, being in the moment, that final moment, knowing that was it, I can't believe we did it.
Yeah.
It meant more because I know I had taken time to enjoy the whole ride along the way. Whereas the next season, Vince, when we got to the playoffs, like, hey, we're going to be playing, we're going to be going to the Rose Bowl. I felt, good about, hey, we beat Florida and that's the end of that season. But because of the way the team, I don't like a team that just has to be forced into finally playing up to their potential. Like, oh my God, it was like, man, do we really have to put I don't want to say the G word, but put you in peril for you to respond and come out there and play your best? This team, you don't have to do anything. And those are rare. So enjoy it. Now, we have 5 minutes, Vince. Let's get to our predictions, our score predictions.
I don't know that we have 5 minutes. I think we've got a little bit more.
Well, I still want to get to the score predictions.
I know you do. We've got about 50 people watching on X, which we love. What I was going to say to kind of cap off what you were saying, Ryan, is that one of the reasons why you and I are able to live in the now, live in the week that we're in, is because we do this show every week.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And hopefully the people that are watching the show, this allows you also to not start sprinting ahead. Hopefully you're enjoying being part of this week by week. What did we do last week? What are we doing next week? How's the team looking? What was good? What was bad? Got to fix the punting, right? The punt returns. But that's one of the reasons why you and I think, are able to do this. Because we have this show to do. If you're watching on X, go over to YouTube real quick, hit the like button and subscribe, and then go back to X and watch. That's fine. Daniel Gorby, who is also a member of Garnet Gold, agrees with us. Enjoy each game, one at a time, because the season will be over in a blink. Hard to believe the season is more than a third over already, right? Yeah, don't say that. I don't want to know that it's almost over. It's not almost over.
No, it's not almost over if we make the playoffs. It's not a third over if we make the playoffs.
That's true.
That's why I don't want to get ahead and start thinking about anything else other than this week, is because the thought of having a playoff game at home in Doak Campbell Stadium in cool weather.
Come on, man.
Oh, it's like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Last year, K-Dog 350 was dreading having to watch the team each week. This year, I've been loving every second of the win.
I went to every game last year, and when I would turn on the TV, and this was my face.
I had to watch it because I'm a fan.
Oh, I was with you. Remember when we watched the game at Fishweir?
Yeah.
We were in. What did you say about halftime? We were indifferent.
Oh, yeah, multiple times
we
were indifferent.
Now the beer helped.
It absolutely helps. And speaking of Fishweir, they're obviously doing a watch party tomorrow night. Ryan and I will not be there. Ryan's doing a birthday thing with his family tomorrow, with his family. I'm still trying to corral Ryan to do a Fishweir thing this season. I'm going to put him on the spot here.
Let's do the Stanford game, and the kicks off's at 10:30, and we're just going to drink until 3 a.m. Vince, I'm just going to be honest with you. If we get to that Stanford game and it's 21-0 after the quarter one, I'm going to bed and I'll watch the replay. I'm just being frank. We're not doing a post game of that show. Sorry.
I'll do it.
Pull my Noel card. I'm not staying up till 2:30 in the morning to watch us kick Stanford's teeth down their throat. I'm not doing it.
When we commit to something, Ryan, when we commit to something,
man,
follow through.
Vince, I have missed in a party situation with 17 people at my house. I have missed the ball dropping at New Year's Eve because at 10:30 I'm like, I'm tired. My wife makes fun of me all the time for it. She says, nothing, and she tells people this if they don't know me. When Ryan is ready for bed, there's not a thing you can do to be like, hey, but what about this? I'll be like, that's great. I'll see it tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm putting on my CPAP, and I'm going to hit the snooze button.
Right. Here's our buddy Riz B. He's going to be I guess he means Island Wing.
Island Wing Company, yeah. in
just
Jacksonville.
not far from me here, with some other friends that made poor choices on who to root for. Well, I think Riz P, you want Florida State to win this game for Miami's purposes. You want Florida State to win this game.
Yeah, you should root for it in this case. Brett Taylor says made a live show finally. Brett.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Brett's
awesome.
coming in hot from work, I think, so sometimes he's not able to.
I remember those days. I take it for granted that I haven't had to commute like full time in a long, long time because I work from home. But I remember, guys, it's the whole reason why what inspired me to want to do a show like this with Vince is because it was 2014 and 15 and 16, and I would get off work at be 5:05, and I'd be hearing final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show at least for today.
Right.
You find your thing that you love, and it's amazing. And I think they do know this because we've told them. But I wonder if they understand, Jeff, Tom, and a bunch of other shows, how many people they inspired to actually, hey, let's try it ourselves.
Yeah, we've told them. We've told them for sure. I know you have. I know I have. Riz P is not going to root for the Noles. He says no.
Ever. That's not fair. That's not nice because I was rooting for the U last week.
There's no way.
Raj, I was definitely rooting for Miami last week because I wanted desperately for this to happen. So screw you, man. I feel betrayed and I feel hurt. But Vince,
Super Bowl, we nailed it, Ryan.
We did. I was going to bring it up.
The Super Bowl has been dominated. I'm going to put the dominated sign up here real quick. And get rid of the goal sign. We dominated that goal. You guys dominated that goal. We appreciate that. We're going to get Ryan one big cake.
I was going to think you were going to say something else. I'm glad you didn't.
A big glass of bourbon.
No, so Vince, I haven't had a drop of alcohol in like a week and a half.
Yeah, something's wrong with you.
No, just every now and again throughout the year you have to check yourself. But hey.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to go. I see you get. It's way too easy to have one every other day.
Oh yeah.
How about we slow it down
every day?
Yeah,
every day.
And I don't have an addictive personality where it becomes like I must have it, but it's more just like when I say have it, it's more like this is when I get off work, I just pour one glass. What's one glass can hurt? Well, one glass won't hurt unless you do it 5 days in a row.
Well, red wine's good for you, Ryan.
Yeah, but my glasses of red wine are like a triple,
Okay, we got another super chat here from Captain John Black. Given the big birthday wishes to Ironclad Big Papa East.
I think I can get a bigger cake now.
You can get a bigger cake now. Cake and ice cream. Ice cream and cake.
Yep.
We appreciate that. Let's get the score predictions, Ryan. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. So I don't think this game's even close. I don't think at halftime it's even one of those games where you have to be even slightly worried.
Put your scores in the chat right now, people.
My prediction in this game, Vince, is that Florida State comes out and all of college football goes, oh my God. Some of it has to do with the offensive line injuries on Virginia and the corners being depleted. So the two most important positions that you would want your team to have coming against Florida State, you got problems. So I'm going to say, Vince, Florida State 55, Virginia 10. Florida State comes Saturday on game day, when game day comes on, or whatever college football game day show you watch. There's a bunch of them now. They're saying, how about the Noles? Well, we were all talking about, hey, was that what they showed against Alabama real? The Noles are back. Mm-hmm. I can hear it already. And then I can hear the Monday commercial this Saturday on prime time, college game day, live from Doak Campbell Stadium, number 2, Miami versus number 5, Florida State. And at that point, then you can start living in the now for next Saturday starting on Monday. You can be every day. I might have to drink every day again. I might, Cat 5 maintain week.
Yeah. I've not been partaking during the week too much because the weekends have been so squirrely. Brett Taylor says 45 to 17.
Sorry. I was pulling his up too.
Okay, hold on. We're able to both produce the show here. Riz P, loving UVA. Brett Taylor's 45-17. We got K-Dog jumping in here, going 56-24. We got new to this, kind of close to that, saying 55-20. We've got Daniel Gorby, a little bit closer here, going 40-21. We already showed Riz P. Vontae B, welcome Vontae B, 48-17. And then we've got Friends Call Me Sean with a little 52-10 action.
Now, before you give yours, Vince, yep. I want the people watching this channel to evangelize something for me. There is a X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it handle at Noel Gifts. Okay? And at Noel Gifts every week puts out a spreadsheet of all the shows out there and the scores that they predicted. And for the last 2 years in a row, every time he posts that sheet and it doesn't have Garnet Gold on it, I put the exact same reply with Conan O'Brien looking outside the window with his hand on the window.
Right.
So what I want all of you to do, who's watching this, and you all can have X up, I want every single one of you to go on X right now, at Noel Gifts, or GIFs, however you want to pronounce it. And I want you to tag, hey, at Noel Gifts. How about you start including at Garnet and Old on your score predictions? Big Papa East predicts 55-10. And then Vince.
VC Noel predicts 48-21.
Boom. So tell him, hey, put us on the list. God knows if Double Fries No Slaw, no hate, can be on the list. Your boys at Garnet and Old should be on the list. Let's not kid ourselves.
I'm not offended.
I'm a little hurt that because multiple times he's hearted my status of Conan O'Brien.
Him a little bit.
Conan O'Brien has the comment has been on it for 2 years, and he's hearted every time I've done it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're in our own little. We're in our own little alcove here. We're in the gated community, Ryan.
Do you think we can get 10 people to tweet at him tonight and him be like, what the hell happened on Garnet and Old?
Yeah, that's right. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing wrong here? Or how did this get out of pocket? Yeah, so 48-21 for me. If they didn't have so many people out, it would be a little bit closer. I do think that they may get a late garbage score.
And by the way, Vince, my score prediction, the 55-10, I say it's 31-0 after one quarter.
Oh. Fire hose from the beginning, huh?
No, I'm thinking with the offensive line issues, there's a sack fumble, a hit in the middle of the throwing motion.
Ooh, wouldn't you love, Ryan, a defensive score?
Yeah, it's been too long. We've gotten some picks this year, which thank God. Like it's like, oh my God,
yeah.
we can pick off a pass, but
we can actually catch it.
Yeah, but let's. That's how you get to 31-0. My prediction is not just normal flow of the game. It's Virginia's first possession. The ball's on the ground. Oh my God! Florida State 3-2-1 touchdown. FSU. Yep. That's how that happens, Vince. And I want it to happen. Will it happen? Probably not. But 55-10, I think, is infinitely possible. I'm telling you, this team is, in my opinion. How many times, Vince, early on in the 2013 season, did you go into those games saying, "Oh, hey, don't want to get too crazy, game 4, let's say Florida State 35, this team 10, and then it's 45-3, and it's halftime, and you're like, what the hell?" There was multiple times during that season I was like, they're dead already. Just let them up,
Right. I don't know that I've seen this name in our chat before. Devetta Bowers, if you have, I'm sorry that I don't remember it, but I'm welcome if this is your first time here. Got to say, Tony Elliott is doing great things with Virginia. Yeah, it didn't start out great, but they're doing better for sure.
I actually feel bad for them on the injuries.
Yeah.
That's a toughie. That's a tough... It's Florida State weekend, and that coach goes, looking at the injury. Like, that's what I would do, right? You don't show that to your players, but he definitely wakes up going,
well, what about what he said, too? I know we're trying to trail the show off here, but what about what he said to his team when he said, how many of y'all want to play pro ball? And they all guys raised their hands.
here it is.
Well, this is the closest you're going to get to it for a lot of you. And that's that's what the quote was put in X or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody truncated the quote. You know how it is these days, right? If you want to know what someone actually said, go watch the whole thing. Don't just base it on what somebody tweeted. But what he actually ended it with is going to be the closest you're going to get at this level, is what he said, actually. So he knows going into this game that they are up against it for a number of reasons. Could they pull it out? Could miracles happen? Absolutely. Florida State is, according to the matchup predictor, 60.4% win percentage. So are there things that could happen to derail this team? Absolutely. That's the way the world works. I just don't see it this weekend.
Vince, I want you to know, and I want everyone in there, I know it won't post as a link, but you can copy and paste it. Why am I laughing so hard at this X post? Maybe it's the phrasing or the picture or both, but I am tickled to death right now.
Yeah, you want to put it up on the screen?
Yeah, you're better at that than me. You share the screen thing. Can you do it on your end, or do you have it up?
Who is that? Eric McLean?
Yeah. Have you seen this post?
I don't think so. Hold on one second.
It's making me like I'm just staring at it right now, and it's just the picture and then the name of like what it is, and I'm just dying laughing. It reminds me of like Revel in Texas A&M days when he was announced as coach. You're gonna love the picture.
I can't find it.
Yeah, so I'll share it real quick. Share screen. I work in IT. I can do this.
You can do it.
Yeah, let's do this. All right. Can you see this, Vince?
You got to add to scene.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I got it. And yeah, you guys can see it now. Here you go. Story time with Jimbo. What? This is tickling me to death.
Story. What is he? Some grandpa on the rocking chair by the fireplace? Oh, by the Christmas tree?
Yeah. It's just, and then the image, and then where do they pull that image from? Story time. It sounds like a PBS special, like, pull up a chair. It's time for story time with Jimbo Fisher. I was literally, had X pulled up.
He's got like a smoking jacket on, and he's got a pipe, right?
Yeah. And you just imagine like the interviewer like pulling up and sitting cross-legged in front of Jimbo, and he's like, "Let me tell you about when I took over for the Bowdens."
Brett Taylor says that interview was Jimbo talking with Eric and Taylor barely getting a word in edgewise. I'm sure.
I actually quite enjoyed Jimbo Fisher on the ACC network. He is slow. You can tell he's intentionally slowing down his speech per minute, words per minute. But someone has clearly produced him to like be like, "Hey, Jimbo," on camera, just like intentionally tamp it down. But he's actually pretty, and we all knew this about Jimbo. He's pretty insightful when it comes to the X's and O's. So I've enjoyed listening to him. Yeah,
he's brilliant. He's just not someone that I would ever want touching my program ever again.
Story time with Jimbo. Join us. I'm still laughing about it. All right, guys. Well, what a show. What a pre-birthday celebration. Thanks for all the super chats and well wishes and birthdays and all that fun stuff. We're all going to be celebrating tomorrow night. I might be a few food drinks in by the end of that game. And yeah, Vince.
Thank you, everybody, for the super chats to contribute to the show. It really helps us out a lot. And of course, thank you to our sponsor, Captain John Black, of Captain Black's Fishing in Panama City Beach. By the way, we're looking for other sponsors for the show, specifically for the Marching Chiefs Skull Session that we stream. We're looking for a sponsor for that stream.
How about cornbread hemp?
So if you have a business or you're part of a company to be willing to support us doing that stream, reach out to me or Ryan on X. We can get that going.
Just when you're about to give all your money to the Marching Chiefs, you realize you don't have your wallet and you're laying in bed.
Shopify.
And then you realize it.
Yeah. It's so funny. That's people may not know what you're saying there, but it is funny. But thank you for the support, folks, and thank you for tuning in with us. Remember, we are not going to have a pregame or a postgame show tomorrow. However,
I might want to on Saturday morning sometime, Vince, and I'll text you. Maybe hop on and do a quick stream, just a live takes, because usually I'm the first one up at my dad's house, and he has a nice little, as you've seen, the redecorated garage that I can go into and not wake anyone up. I'm the only nut in my family that wakes up at 5 a.m. just even if it's not a work day. So,
yeah, I appreciate it. Game day's coming next week. Get your signs ready. Bring your clown noses if you've got them, and we'll have a good time with that. Folks, I saw it on Facebook earlier today. Somebody posted, "Is the band going to Virginia?" The band's not going to Virginia. The only game that they're going to is the Florida game. Be upset about it if you'd like, but take that upset that you have and put it toward supporting the Chiefs and contributing to the Marching Chiefs Coaches Club. All those funds go to travel for the Chiefs. So when you see me hashtag this on my Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere I am, that stands for Send Chiefs All the Damn Time. There should at least be a pep band at this game tomorrow night, and there's not. And there are several different reasons. One of them is money. It's always about money, but there are other reasons too. But before we can even think about sending Chiefs anywhere, you got to have the funds to be able to do it, right? So
yep.
if you have some extra dollars you want to put toward getting the war chant out and about, go to the Coaches Club and donate there. That is my spiel for the Chiefs for this evening.
My little speech is, again, just now, 8 seconds ago, on my X handle, at Big Papa East, I retweeted No Gifts post with the predictions, with the code and GIF, and I said, do your thing at Garnet Gold fans. So look at my X right now, at Big Papa East. Jump in those comment sections and tag my man No Gifts and say, give Garnet Gold respect.
Yeah, man, it's just a spreadsheet. You can add a couple more rows, dude.
Yeah, send Garnet Gold all the damn time into his predictions. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's make this a thing. Make it trend. Make it more important than anything trending on X right now. Please, you'll see it on my feed. Hey, everyone, let's go kick some ass and go Noles.
Go Noles.